and then that kind of helps pull you back and then create some new ideas around how to solve for certain problems. So that was fun.
I would think, yeah, what a great application for design. It's amazing. It was like you were meant to do that, you know? It was like everything happens for a reason. That's so cool. Huh.
Yeah.
So then what brought you to NYU? Because like I said, we met there and I loved having you in class. But why?
Yeah, I loved your class.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go to NYU? Was this during the period of the theater at the same time, or was this when you went back to work in startups?
This is when I went back to work in startups. I think it was my third job after theater school. I was also product manager there, but worked very closely with marketing because at the time I was managing the overall site for the company, along with all the e-commerce portions. And I always treated product and marketing as separate in my mind for some reason, but this role really merged the two functions together. And for me, I didn't know much about marketing in general and kind of how to really create, merge the value prop with what you're trying to build. Because typically, for me, it was just solving problems, but never really tying it back to that marketing piece, because we always had a department that was helping us focus that message. And so for me, because I was almost in an unofficial capacity working in the marketing department, with the marketing department, I wanted to just learn more about that and make sure that I was considering the other angles that I didn't typically include in my day-to-day when we were figuring out what we were building.
So you wanted to, so the NYU thing was about marketing, really, and kind of learning that from a different perspective.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And how have you found it? Have you found it to be helpful? Have you found that it's achieving what you wanted it to?
Oh yeah, of course. All the things you listed for us to consider and keep in mind when we're building out or considering new products, I think about every day. So definitely useful.
That's
and thank
awesome.
you for making it so engaging. I swear that could have been the most dry material ever, and it was so much fun to be a part of. So
I'm so glad to know. I'm so glad to know. I did a teaching demo recently, and I've used a Jeopardy game in the teaching demo, and the students really, really got a kick out of it, and they learned. So, it's fun. I mean, I love to make it fun for people. It's like theater, kind of like directing your own play.
Yeah.
In a way.
And I love how you always run the speakers, because I think for me, I get lost in the content really easily when I can't see the real world application. Because when you think back to college, it's everything you learn at textbook, but never kind of how to apply it in real life until you figure it out later. And then it's way after the fact and it clicks, oh, I did learn this before, but I applied it in a way I didn't think I'd apply it. So that was really helpful too.
I'm glad that was helpful, and I agree with you. And the real world thing, and also the other reason I do it is for networking opportunities, especially in New York, and everybody's right there. It's a great mecca. But I'm glad to know that you're remembering stuff from college, because I don't even remember. I'm like, half the time.
It's very rare, but when I do.
Wait a second, did I learn that?
A little pat on the back.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you left theater school and you went back to work, that's when you went to the startup game?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a full, I actually overlapped a little bit. In theater school, it threw me too far down the creative path, and I needed something a little bit more technical to kind of pull me back. And that's when I went as far as the other direction as I could, and worked part-time in a fintech startup while I was in school. So that kind of balanced me out. But
wow,
I don't know if fintech's my area, because that was so dry. but learned stuff there too.
How you thought about yourself, though. I mean, there's a lot to learn from what you did, because you saw yourself going to the other side, then you pulled yourself back. You you try to achieve balance, like on a constant, like on the regular. And that is, I think, for a lot of these women that are launching, it's something to remember, because college, you can get so out of balance, right? You're studying all the time, you're partying all the time, whatever, you're sleeping weird hours. But in life, if you don't figure out some kind of balance, you could really crash.
Yeah.
And when you're
I
trying
mean, for me, yeah. So I mean, for me, a lot of it's removing the what if in my life, as long as I can handle it, in the sense of financially or mentally, emotionally. And the theater thing had been a huge what if throughout college and through most of GE too. Of what if I had gone down the route of theater, and kind of, I felt like I was running out of time to really experience it, because I think as you get older, kind of more of life happens, and you can't really just stop everything you're doing and go to theater school. I think, at least for me, that's how I thought of it. So that was a big what if that I removed from my life, and I feel a lot better now that I know, and I can kind of go back to the path I was going on and focus on the next things that I need to figure out.
Oh, so it was really haunting you.
Yeah, sure. It was haunting me.
I mean, you did a lot of theater. So you said you did a lot of theater. Did you do theater in college and in high school?
No, I did a lot of it before college, local theater, and mostly it was Chinese theater. And then in college, I did a lot of the student productions. So nothing in an official capacity, but it was so much fun for me that I always wondered, what if I had gone the theater route and studied it in school and try to make it my life. Which I discovered,
so
good
fun.
thing I did not major in theater.
It is so much fun, though. I agree. I have the same issues. I have very similar issues as you. And I did the same thing. I took acting classes. I was working. I took acting classes. I was like, and I did community theater. It's just so. There's something about it. It's just magical, and I really loved it. But yeah, I couldn't see myself doing that 100%. So obviously, I did other things, but I can so relate to what you're saying. I just love that you took the dive. So do you know what's next, or you're still kind of really figuring that out as you go along?
I feel like right now I just started a what next. I'm about a month and a half in to my new job. So for me, I'm really focused on building the relationships with my new teammates and really get to become an expert in my area and be able to contribute to the new team. So just getting settled there. And then I'm going through a renovation at home, which is a nightmare. So I'm homeless right now too. But
oh my God.
For now, my next step is just figure things out in my current state, and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean the reno thing is cray cray. Do you live in New Jersey or in New York?
In New York.
But I think you said that you're originally from Jersey, right? Because I live in Jersey. I'm wondering what part that you're from.
North Central, Essex County.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm originally there. My parents are still there. But I live in New York, so I've been couch surfing my friend's places. Great place right now.
Are you redoing the whole thing, or just like a kitchen, or one room?
Kitchen and bathroom, but it's basically a studio, so it's kind of unlivable. So I'm just waiting for another 5 to 6 weeks.
Well, I have to say, I mean, having your own space, owning your own property in New York is a huge accomplishment as well. So congrats on that too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, so we have to close, but I want to ask. This is something I ask all the guests because I think it's super important. What is one piece of advice you would give these girls as they launch?
One piece of advice.
I mean, it could be more than one, but one thing that kind of stands out, maybe something that you did that was really great, or something that you wish you did.
I think I would say trust that you're good and trust that you're smart. I think it's when you're first going out there. I mean, even now when I was job searching, I I you're going to get rejections, and I would constantly question if I was good enough or if I actually knew my stuff. But I think we all know more than we realize, and we're all better than we think we are. So trust that, and just as long as you know are putting the effort in to do the work, things will work out, and don't lose that confidence that you are good and you're smart and you know your stuff. It just it's hard to see when
when you're in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you're in the middle
yeah,
of it, it's hard to remember that, and like to look
yeah,
yourself in the mirror and tell you, I love myself, I love you, those kind of things.
yeah,
It's good to
yeah,
have your girlfriends around. That's what I love about what we're trying to create here, is that you have to have the sisters to like support you and to remind you, like this you're saying, like, trust that you're good, you're smart, blah blah blah. So yeah,
yeah.
that's great. I mean, that's just great. You have to always remind yourself, and I really appreciate that too. And I'm really thankful that you joined us on the show and
Thank you
took
so
the
much for
time
asking
out.
me.
Oh my gosh, you're so amazing, and I think you have so much to share. I love your story. I think people can learn a lot from it, from being in tech and product and all the twists and turns, and how it's worked out for you and stuff like that. So I know how busy you are. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy startup to be with us on the Hero
Thank
Whispers.
you. Thanks. Thanks
And
for having me. I really had fun.
good luck with the reno.
Thank you. I'll let you know how it goes.
Oh my gosh, you have to send pics for sure.
Okay, will do.
All right, listeners, thanks again for being with us here on the Hero Whispers. It's been epic. Remember what Karen said. Trust that you're good. Know that you're smart. Trust yourself. Don't lose your confidence. And we will see you on the line, supergirls.com. Second out for love. Peace and love.